One of the great things about working at Foundry is that I have tremendous colleagues. And we together are doing ministry that's helping people love God, love each other, and change the world. Pastor Malcolm needs no introduction. He's had how many welcome gatherings now?
I had my 16th one last night.
So we've welcomed him, absolutely and unequivocally. And today I want to invite Pastor Malcolm to share a little bit about his new ministry and the ways that it's helping people live fully into their calls as disciples of Jesus Christ. So Malcolm, tell me, what are you most excited about in this new ministry that you're beginning at Foundry?
Thanks for the question. Well, I am the Director of Hospitality and Congregational Care. And these gatherings that you mentioned have been wonderful because I've gotten some inputs from the congregations about my ideas about hospitality and especially about congregational care. And I'm using the term movement because I really want to have Foundry really embrace an holistic approach to congregational care. And it ties directly into discipleship. And when I think of this discipleship, one of the important threads for me is one of spiritual formation. And the question becomes, what are some of those things that impact our spiritual formation? So in my role as Director of Hospitality and Congregational Care, I'd like to suggest that there are life challenges, hardships, and turmoil that has an impact on our spiritual formation. So how can we as a Foundry, be equipped to address these issues? And so my role is to, again, partner with I use the term deliberately, partner with the folks of the congregation so that we can actually develop a holistic approach and a comprehensive plan to address congregational care.
Yeah, it's really interesting too, I think, because as we explore what discipleship means in our discipleship ministries area, the thing that continues to come to mind is as we live and lean into those deep and lifelong committed relationships with God and with one another, we are led naturally to want to serve and to engage in opportunities to extend the love that we've experienced. So if there are people looking for ways to engage in servant leadership and hospitality and congregational care, what are some of the opportunities that are emerging in your ministry area?
I love that question. And something that's coming up next week, as a matter of fact, is a care ministry retreat. And this is an opportunity for the current members of the care ministry team, along with new members who are interested in care ministry, to come together and do some theological grounding. What is our theological grounding for congregational care? Okay? And what are the issues of pastoral care? And I would like to suggest that so often when people think of pastoral care, they think of a specific age group dealing with certain issues. But Will, as you and I know, as we have been in ministry, not only at Foundry but throughout this community, there's so many issues of pastoral care that are not age specific. Folks who are going through life transitions, folks who are moving in and out of relationships, folks who are in various stages of end of life, so forth and so on, folks who are ministering to folks from a distance. So we can go on and on about the issues that really comprise pastoral care. So how can we identify all those, name them unapologetically, and how can we equip people to respond to those issues that are in our church and our community?
The care ministry retreat sounds like a really great opportunity for new servant leaders to engage.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm delighted that our facilitator will be Dr. Michael Koppel, who is the professor of pastoral theology and congregational care at nearby Wesley Seminary.
You got to give thanks for Wesley and the opportunities it gives us.
Yes.
Well, Malcolm, one of the things that I know that you're working on is helping revitalize and create Stephen's ministry. Is that right?
That's correct. And I'm excited about that because, as I mentioned earlier, I want to be in partnership with the folks at Foundry to be engaged in this congregational care. And one of the key ways of doing that is to engage them in the Stephen's Ministry Program, which is an exciting ministry wherein the lay people are actually trained and equipped to go and engage in this very important work.
So let me ask you one last question, Malcolm. As you do this work, how do you sustain yourself? What are you doing to help support and nurture your own journey of discipleship? as you're in ministry here at Foundry?
I love that question. And one thing that I always preach and practice, the whole concept of self-care. Because if I don't take care of myself, I'm not going to be effective taking care of anyone else. So I like to model, Pastor Will, what I tell people to do. Just stay tuned to your sensitivities, your own spiritual formation, how you're doing physically. I mean, what sustains you? Know when you are getting to the point where you are spiritually depleted, because that happened to us. As leaders, we do become spiritually depleted, so we got to recharge our senses, recharge our batteries, and so forth. And so I have a rich social life. I exercise regularly. I engage in alternate ways of praying. So I take care of myself. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm, we're so excited that you're here at Foundry. And friends, let me encourage you, if you haven't already, if you didn't make one of those 16 gatherings, to take the time to talk to Pastor Malcolm and find ways that you can, in your own journeys of discipleship, engage in this work of hospitality and congregational care.
Thank you.
Well, friends, opportunities abound, and I'm sure there are more waiting to be named and uncovered. So get engaged, stay involved, and blessings on the journey.